Thank you for coming onto country. It's always good to see that everyone being custodians and making sure we look after the country for the next korangas, the next kids, the next generation, because this is going to be their boodjar of the country. So I guess first of all I'd like to say kaya hello, Nicha Bara Warich, I'm the white-beaked seagull, Nyan Wara and the Mort. My family is the saltwater people of the country. I say kaya nyaramart, Wara and the boodjar, Mira Janang and Nyari boodjar. I say, hello, Kaya, Nyaramart. Yeah, hello, and our family welcomes you to saltwater country. I want to say really thanks for everyone for coming down today, especially because of the place, special place, Wurdicha, Birya, Grandfather Wurdicha's place, his creation of the Birya, of the river itself. What we're here for today, exactly like what Drew's saying, is to increase that habitat for what we call Nyaran. Nyaran is the ringtail possum. Kumar is the brushtail. So you can see that in places as you head up towards north, where it comes from up country to ing to irn. But Kumar, brushtail possum, ing, the place of. Kumaring, brushtail possum, the place of. If we were going to have one around here, we would call it Kumarup. So you'll see it through country, you'll see ups, ings and irn. All mean place of, not water. Everything that sits in front of the place is the place that is of. It's a descriptive word. So it's like saying, kangaroos are here, it is the place of. Wooditch was here, it is the place of. So much like Nyarabuk, Nyar is salmon, the place of. So ing, irn and up. So you'll see that. Whether it's kataning, gomaring, herding, right through to wachen, hurlin, wachen, emu. Irn, place of the emu. The three lakes that sit at Wagen is there, which goes past the Gorbalup, which is the Blackwood River, and the song line that starts all the way from Damboyang in Willaman country. Comes through Willaman country, we have Gorang, Kernang, Pirlaman and Warandi as it reaches down here into the section and splits the two oceans, but also the two tribal groups, saltwater and people of plenty. But all this one here, this is a very significant river because it goes all the way back up and it heads up to the top of Yar meaning big hill. When we say Yar is a hill. When we say Yar, it means a big hill. When we say Yarling, it means a hole in the hill, a cave. Cave's house, Cave's road, Yarling up. Caves, the place of. Same sort of thing. So what we're doing here is, like I say, increasing the habitat for Nyaran, for ringtail. And this is really vital, I guess, as a part of when we use the Agonis flexiosa, or what we call warnang. Warnang is the tree, what we call it. From a warnang, our Yorga make a warna, our women, they make a law digging stick from the peppermint tree. From the nice, straight young ones with the smooth bark. They make this law stick and digging stick, so as a part of cultural law, to keep us as Nanga, as Marman, men in line, but also as digging stick. So then to dig up things like gilbuk, potato, borana, bush chili, all the different foods, carrots that are underneath, and radishes all underneath the ground as well. But the Agonis here, or the warnang, like say, from a warnang, you're going to make a warna, law digging stick, wana up. Women's law digging stick, the place of, made from a peppermint tree. Now, as you'll see here, you've got a bit of a smooth bark of the peppy. This here is actually what ours is now. This is for us, which is for our maya. So this here is the fiberglass pole for our tent from BCF, but for free from the BCF shop right here. We create that archway first of all, then the tree itself gives us everything that we need to create things. Everything, the shops are all around us. There's the poles, and here's the rope that binds it together, the skin from the young ones as well. So, as you can see, we go like this, and we start a maya, a house. Put paper bark on it to make it waterproof, or summertime, make it so it's shady to make a house like that. So one of the old cubby houses or tents first made. We use this, like I say, this is as a framework, and then make our maya, our house. Make it through there, thatch it all back, have that. Have this from the prevailing winds, so the winds come from behind here. The fireplace, the kara, is put out the front. The wind pushes the smoke away, and reverse cycle air conditioning brings the heat back into the house, into the home. So central conditioning right there, but warmth. Once we have this, like I say, this is for us, for our maya. Our women will make a law stick, so it's a shovel. It's a shovel. It's a baton for police and law and making sure people do the right thing. You make it so you've got houses for you. I think you see rope. We've got rope that comes from it. The leaf. We can use the leaf for oral hygiene, dentistry. Have your nyarak, your teeth, clean with activated charcoal. Chew on Listerine afterwards. All for free. Not $80 for a piece of charcoal from a health food shop. Charcoal was burner, was wood, jarrah tree or a hardwood. Burnt, put into kara into the fire, left over is coals. Activated charcoal. Right there. Take the activated charcoal, crush it down, clean your nyarak, your teeth, and then chew on this afterwards. Be your own dental hygienist, your own dentistry, all that sort of stuff. Don't have to go to shops, don't have to go to Coles, especially with the social distancing. You can go to this shop and you always get social distancing. So this one here, like I said, this is your breath freshener as well. It's the food for nyaran as well, the possum. But you'll see here, this is a smooth bark one, and you see how flexible it is. We are allowed to make our maya, a house out of this. When it becomes bark like this, no string left. Can't bend anymore. Nyaran maya, ringtail possum house now, not ours. It's gone from ours to now possums. We build our house, possum builds their dray, their house. That's a symbiotic relationship we have with the western ringtail possum. By the women removing branches of the trees, it promotes new growth. New shoots come out, nyaran gets food. Marine. Nyaran marine. Ringtail possum, food, vegetables for them. So we are pruning the trees. We are going through, this is like an orchard, but it's everything at the same time. So we know that when we go from this stage, this is ours, now it's to be left for the possums after, once it gets to this one. Reason why that is too, if you look at the young ones, you don't get too much of this, of the dry stuff. But when you look at the older ones you see the older ones start to get a little bit more of the dry leaf material like this. And for a nyaran, that ringtail, that nyaran, he uses ninda, his tail. And ringtails it and holds it. Go up, and build his dray. So he needs older trees to build the dray, their maya, where we need the younger ones to build ours. So this here also, the wood is really significant wood. It's used by the women, the yurgas, to cook in, to make your ovens. It's an antiseptic wood. Gives white pure ash. You can chuck in all your murdy, your damper, pull it straight out of the white ash, give it a few whacks, like clouds, all the white ash comes off, and you've got clean, fresh bread, straight from the baking oven, the bakery, right there. But it's antiseptic bakery, because of all this wood. Whenever you get food, you pick a lot of the pepping, of the warning, put it down, and you've got an antibacterial placemat, serving table to eat food off of as well. So many different layers of this. This is also used by our yurgas, our women. As men, we use kara. We grab the fronds from balga, the grass tree, and the dry ones underneath. We get some of this rope it up, or otherwise one of the creepers, and we make a hand torch, a drip torch. Light the ends, and we fire farm our country during Jaran, and let the fire slowly go through autumn time and slowly burn through country. what happens then is as that fire comes along, sometimes it starts to come up, burn up the trees. This is when our yorgas, our women, come behind and they suppress by hitting the sides of the trees with the big branches of the warning, the peppermint, and it suppresses the fire off the trunk of the tree and runs it off to do mosaic burning in that pattern. So we light it up, the country, and then the women come behind and make the intensity of the fire go down. So that Kara, she's nice and calm and respected on country, and not something to be feared. Something to be respected and know our place, how we work together with that, with the country. Perfect time when the seeds and everything come to. This is also an indicator for us. You'll see all the flowers come on the plant. We call that the jerk, or that jerk. We say bora jerk, wanang bora jerk. Plenty of peppermint flowers on there. When they fall away, it means that the summer is beginning. So you'll see, once we finish Makaru, it's going to June, July, August, September, we're going to go into Jerba, springtime. Everything's going to start springing. You're going to start to see all the little seeds on all these ones, and the honky nuts, and which is the Maoris and all that sort of stuff. All the seeds are all ready and all there. Because right now is the time, just before, is when we put the fire on country. So April, May, that's Jeran. June, July, rains come. Makaru puts everything out, wets everything. Rain falls from the sky, pushes all the smoke, the buoy into the Boodjar, and you do carbon sequestration, so it doesn't go up here and destroy the inversion layer of where we try to breathe as humans and animals together. Then when Makaru comes, all the animals are all in here. You'll get a little window during the end of Makaru, so just in a mid-time, so between June and July, you'll get a little bit of a lull. You can put a little bit of kara back onto country as well. This is the only last time you can put fire back onto country. Because as soon as June, July finishes, it moves into Jerba, and spring, no fire. All the babies are in the trees. Wamanyat, Faskagale, Nyaran, ringtail possums. Right now they're little babies. Kumor, the brushtail. You have everything. Quendas living in here. They've all got their babies, and also the birds. And they can't fledge, so if the flames go up the tree during springtime, you burn the next generations out and destroy biodiversity within itself. It's a cycle that comes around. Because right now during Makaru, the parents are all keeping warm and they're having their babies. Well, not having them yet, but they're in the making of their babies to keep each other warm. So it's winter time, cold. So this is how everything all connects in and all relates to each other as well. All has a symbiotic relationship. How they all talk to each other, underground, right through to everything. All these are important too when you see all the reeds that are along the sides of the banks, because we call this is like a guardian. Guardian is beard. And we say that in our country we had a waggle, the serpent, but when the waggle came to Warani Boodjar, he was called Nyangan Guardian Waggle. He was a hairy-faced snake. And all of these reeds along the banks of the rivers represent the hairy-faced snake. They filter the water. They filter his dreaming and pathways. They keep the water clean, and that's what we're doing today, is by putting these reeds back on and doing that, we show respect back to that serpent, back to the creation. So we say, Waggle come from Darjan, stars came upon Boodjar and cut the pathways and song lines of the people. So I just want to say thank you very much in English, because in our language we don't have thank you. There's no thank you and there's no goodbye. Thank you is for your presence, your being there, your singing, your happiness, your putting plants into the ground, all that stuff. Just being a part of it, that's the thank you that the country likes. When you sing, when you dance, when you do all these sorts of things, that is what the thank you is for the country. So like I said, we don't really have a thank you, but I will say thank you. And like I say, we don't say goodbye either, because goodbye is too final. We say mira tenang pordawan. Mira tenang, mirror, eyes, tenang, see, pordawan, next time, into the future. Whether it's this world, next world, or whether we're reincarnated once again, our spirit will go out to the ocean, out to the horizon line called Korana, and this wind here will sing us back country, and we're going to be reborn over and over again into trees, into rocks, into the Marin, into Kirgi, until eventually we finish our journey upon this land, and our Yangara spirit will leave this place and we go back up into the stars, back into Darien. We follow the Milky Way and we go back behind Morin, the dark emu or the black emu in the sky. So, like I said, we always will be seeing each other, whether we're reborn next time from the work that we do here, and one of yous may be a Pepe, a Warnang, one of yous may be the Warnang, the Nyaran in the Warnang, the ringtail up there. You get to work together while the tree stands strong. You actually raise your family within the branches, right down to the very boya, the rocks that hold this into place and stop Warnang from falling into Beria, into the river, stop erosion. Everything is all interconnected together. So like I say, we'll see each other now and into the future.